You guys, we have got to talk about JoJo Siwa's ex, Kath, as they are coming out and talking on a podcast about everything that went down with JoJo, calling out the fact that they even told JoJo to make an alliance with Chris Hughes, not knowing what was about to go down. It's a whole mess, and we're going to get into everything that Kath had to say. Okay, first, quick refresher. JoJo Siwa and Kath Ebbs were publicly together from November 2024 until about April 2025. JoJo ended up going on Celebrity Big Brother UK in the spring, and it turned her relationship with Kath Ebbs upside down. Before going into the house, JoJo had been gushing over Kath, talking about how happy they were, that their relationship was great, they were planning a future together, kids, everything. But when JoJo went into the Big Brother house, she ended up getting very close to her co-star, Chris Hughes. And obviously, we know they're very close because they are currently dating, and JoJo posts about him all the time. She sings songs dedicated to him on tour. Some people even thought that she canceled her US tour to do a UK tour to be closer to him. It's a whole mess. But if you haven't seen Big Brother, then you might not know, but there's live feeds and people can watch what the contestants are doing almost all of the time. And people were seeing JoJo with Chris in the Big Brother house while JoJo was still dating Kath, okay? People were seeing JoJo and Chris get very close to each other while they were on the show. They were cuddling, they were giving each other massages, they were going into the hot tub, there were forehead kisses. People were feeling like this was not appropriate for JoJo to be doing since she had a partner outside of the house. And we're feeling like it was just disrespectful to Kath to be acting like this. Now, Kath tried to hold strong on social media for a while, but eventually went silent and stopped showing support to JoJo, which led everyone to believe that they too were starting to feel what everyone else felt about what was going down between JoJo and Chris. JoJo opened up to Chris about being in the Big Brother house and questioning her sexuality, and people were just like, whoa, oh my gosh, Kath must be losing their mind hearing JoJo talk about all of this, questioning herself, everything. It just really made people think, oh no, Kath is dust in JoJo's life. And they were just feeling so bad. But still, Kath flew out to go to the finale, and JoJo ended up breaking up with Kath. And despite denying a romantic relationship with Chris Hughes right away, the two eventually went public with their relationship, leaving everyone to feel bad for what went down with Kath. Because, I mean, it ended up being true that JoJo and Chris had feelings for each other. And while Kath did speak out on social media about what went down with JoJo, but this week, after some time has passed, Kath spoke out more on the Mitch Tree Chat Show. Kath really went on because they want to start doing their podcast again, as they've had a couple seasons before, but when the whole JoJo Chris situation went down, they were like, yeah, I don't think I'm in the emotional state to be doing this right now. Let me just take a break. But Kath is wanting to bring it back, and so they went on the Mitch Tree Chat Show to kind of kick off this new era. But in talking about the last episode that they ever posted, they were like, yeah, it was about Big Brother. And thus began the conversation about it all, which I will say, it was nice to see that Kath can sort of look back and have a laugh about it all.
You threw the first brick at the Big Brother after party.
Oh my god, I did.
You did. Every
I got dragged out because I was making such a scene.
We laugh about it, and I applaud you for being able to laugh about it, because it's so funny. It's so funny, and even more time, it will become even funnier to you. The fact that you had this experience with JoJo Siwa, and it played out on a national stage.
Kath then explains how their breakup actually went down and how JoJo later talked about it, like Kath caused this big scene when they claimed that they didn't, and also threw a little shade at Chris, feeling like he was scooting away from JoJo after the show, and that it's interesting that they're actually together now, because Kath was under the impression that right after Big Brother and them getting out of the house, he was just not wanting to be with JoJo, which I will say a lot of people did say that in the comments of some interviews of the two of them. They were like, oh, he does not know what he got into. He doesn't seem to actually like her now that they're not on the show anymore, but they're dating, so.
Dude, do you not know that story? How
No.
she went on like British television after the night before, mind you, I was at the apartment and I said, please, I'm drowning. And she's like, I won't talk about you. I won't talk, we're gonna
This is JoJo.
we're gonna
Siwa,
work this
you're
out.
right.
We're gonna work this out. And so I was like, sweet, she's not gonna talk about me. I've said what I have to say. We're done. We're moving on with our life.
She goes, and good morning,
She
Britain.
goes, good morning, Britain.
Straight at the camera again.
Good morning, Britain. My ex, Kath Ebbs, actually, I wasn't planning on breaking up with them at the after party, but you know, they just kept asking me, are you happy? Are you happy? And I said, no. And then they just made a scene. And I was just going, scene? What scene? Like what? Like actually what? Yeah. And then she's like, you know, me and Chris, just friends. We're just friends. We're actually just friends. We're actually just friends. As she's going,
yeah. Oh, the tension. You could cut it with a button.
Yeah, but I found it so weird because tension from her. But like, it's crazy to me that they're together because I'm sorry, in my opinion, he was going. We all thought the same thing. He was going.
He couldn't distance
He was
himself.
going. And she's going. We're just friends.
Kath said that they knew JoJo liked Chris when they broke up, but didn't think that they actually were going to date because they just, like, you know, everyone was saying they didn't think that Chris was actually feeling JoJo.
Because I knew that she liked him because she told me as she was breaking up with me.
The night before.
But I never thought that they would end up together purely because I was like, this man has gone girl boss way too close to the sun. Yes. What have I done? And I said, you're in for the long haul.
Kath goes on to admit that they actually watched Chris on Love Island and liked him and actually encouraged JoJo to befriend Chris upon seeing the cast get revealed, but just never thought that all of this would have come out of that.
It's so sad because I loved him on Love Island and I was like, oh.
That's hard.
I know. I thought he was hilarious. Embarrassingly, because we got the lineup before she went in.
The Big Brother cast.
And we're going to, and like, the thing about her is like she doesn't watch it. Like she doesn't know like she wouldn't watch Love Island. She's never been like she didn't know in a way that I was like Slay Queen. Oh my god! So I was like, I love reality TV. I watch everything. Yes. I know everything about things I shouldn't know about. So I said, give me the list. And I'm going through it. I'm like, I don't know. Chris Hughes comes. I go, oh! I go, perfect. I go, he's so funny. I love him. I watched him on Love Island. He had this crazy bromance with this guy Kem. I was showing her clips on TikTok. I was like, be friends with him. He's your guy. And I was like, you love, as a lesbian, a token straight white man. She loves a straight white man. And I was like, he is your straight white man because he's also a little bit fruity. He's funny.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, great. And I was like, great. And then as I was watching, I was like, that's not what I meant.
Not literally, JoJo.
Yeah, I went, that's not what I meant. And that's also why I was kind of during it being like, oh, maybe, like, she's trying to impress me. But she's like, babe, look, like I'm actually best friends with you. And
I'm like a nod to you watching
genuinely.
at home.
Kath admits that during the show, they were kind of in denial about what was unfolding on screen between them, which we kind of heard Kath say this before when they posted their video on TikTok talking about the breakup with JoJo, but we were really hearing what was going down behind the scenes now. Kath goes on to say that it was also just really interesting that JoJo was doing the most while on TV because Kath's whole family was genuinely watching this since it was a UK show, but Kath was still trying to defend JoJo to their family as everyone's watching this.
I remember like, because it was like me and because I'm Irish. So all my family are between Dublin and the UK.
Yes.
And so they were all watching the show.
Oh, no.
And so it was honestly like, it was crazy. It was like me like rocking back and forth every day, like wanting to die. But then also like talking to my dad and my auntie and my sisters and my best friends being like, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
And everyone being like, she's f***ing on you. Like she's going to dump you. And someone else being like, darling, no. Like it was literally like, and every day would be like a different thing. But I remember my dad being like, okay, like this is pretty up. And then I was like, but I said, Dad, context, I did tell her to be best friends with him. And I goes, oh, you're fine.
Oh no. Yeah. That Irish temperament.
Yeah. And so I was like, maybe it's just that. But no.
It was definitely the opposite.
Definitely.
So are they still together, Chris and JoJo?
I don't know.
As
Are
of
they?
today?
As far as I know, I'm not sure.
As far as we know, she's living in the Cotswolds in a milkmaiden dress
and drinking
churning
tea.
butter and drinking tea. Like we laugh about it, and I applaud you for being able to laugh about it.
So at least Kath's doing better now and also in a new relationship that they're very happy in. And like I said, the fact that they can actually laugh about this whole thing now is good. I mean, it's just so crazy, the whole thing, the way that it went down. I just feel like there's nothing you can do but laugh about it all. Plus, I feel like through it all, the internet is on Kath's side and is rooting for them. But that is what Kath had to say recently about everything that went down in the breakup with JoJo and JoJo going on Big Brother. I certainly want to know what you guys think about all of this. Let me know your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.